I'm Pam, and I'm going to show you how I put these shotgun shells onto this iconic bag. Right, one of the things you want to make sure of is that when you're choosing your shotgun cases, that these brass bits are the same length. See how this one is slightly longer than that one? Even on my bag, the front two are short, and the back two are longer. I didn't have 4 for the front that were the same depth, so I put the long ones on the back and the short ones on the front, and I even used different ones on the bottom because I didn't have all the same. When choosing the shells to use, you've got to be able to cut right up to this, so give it a squeeze. Most of the ones I tried I couldn't cut. These ones that I could squeeze, easy to cut. So I go like that. So all I did was cut them right up to the tip of those, right round. So not all shotgun shells will work. Well, unless of course you've got another way of cutting them down to this area here. I just didn't have any other tools, so anything else would probably work. Right, so I'll cut those off here, and then you've got to trim them right back, because when you have a look on here, it sits here, so you really want the piece of this blue bit here not to come up to that, because if you actually have it going over there, these sharp bits can cut your thread, which happened on here. This was one I did on here, and it was a bit long. You can't see, but it's a bit mucky, but there, thread was cut. Trim it round, right round. Excuse my voice. I know I have a bit of a scratchy old voice. And then I just did a few more of these to make so that they spread nicely. Of course you would dye your leather before, or stain or whatever you're going to do with your leather before you do this part here, but don't do any of your edges or anything, because I do that at the end afterwards. And then just push these down like that. Give it a good old rub on here. You can actually put it on a hot plate, which would actually melt them slightly. Put that down there. See, that sits like that now. Now you could use around here, put in there some what's it called, permanent double-sided tape. I used glue, but I found the glue came through the holes, which was fine because I was getting a burnt look. So I just burnt the glue off that came through the holes. But so be careful if you're gluing. See, I can still see when those turn over, they're touching the holes. So I'm just trimming them so I can see that none of them are touching the holes. Down like that. There we go. So all I did was I put glue around there. But next time I would actually use permanent double-sided tape on that, push it down, then I'd bring that over. I'd have permanent double-sided tape on here as well, and I'd make sure I match up my holes, give it a squeeze, like that. And then it just goes down. Now, glue, of course, makes it sit better, and then I used a bit. When I did the glue, I put a bit of felt over here, and then I put these clamps. So I put them there. I just pretend I've glued all around there, push that down, bring that up, match up my holes. I just, rather than having these damage the leather, I put a bit of felt over there, and then went like that, and all the way around. I actually did it up to here as well, up to here where the hole is, so that I could actually sand it all down So all my edges were done nicely. Once it was dried, I took them off, of course, then I sanded it down all around and did all the finishing, which gave the edges a really nice look. Can I get them in here? Gave the edges a really nice look. And I was pleased with the finished look. Because and then it gets stitched on, of course, through the layer of the bag. Yes, I hope that helps, and I hope that gives you an idea of how you can do it. Thank you very much.